Hello, this is John Wade, morning man at WCAU-FM, CBS in Philadelphia. My background includes CBS-FM in New York, WIBG, and WFIL in Philadelphia, among others. But I'm not here to talk about me. The star of this show is my brother, Don Wade. Don is one of those few talents in radio and TV with a real mass appeal sense of humor and 1,000 voices to spout out the punchlines in chord, and he's been doing it for years. His track record includes WORL Boston, WDRC Hartford, Connecticut, WNOE New Orleans, WKBW Buffalo, CHAM Hamilton, Ontario, KLIF Dallas, Texas, WIBG Philadelphia, and now he's doing mornings at KOL Seattle. He's won many awards for commercial production, including Best Radio Commercial of the Year in Canada and Best Radio Commercial of the Year utilizing humor from the Television Radio Advertising Club of Philadelphia. He's appeared nationally on the David Susskind television show and internationally through radio syndication on the Stoned Ranger comedy series. Don's daily radio shows for the past 9 years have included self-created characters and humor, which he is now offering to everybody through his syndicated series, The Don Wade Studio. Try this on for size.
Ah, yes, the Don Wade Studio has never shied from a controversial subject. And being that attorneys are now under attack with this automobile insurance legislation pending, I was wondering if there's anyone here in the vast Don Wade Studio audience who could possibly speak out for the attorneys.
Out here.
Would you step up here, sir, and be careful of that step? Watch the step. Watch the step, sir. Let me help you up. Let me help you up here.
Sue you for every cent you've
Well, I'm
got.
sorry.
I lost my head there for just a minute, Mr. Wade.
Your attorney is what we
My
wanted to...
attorney, Jimmy Benz, great lawman.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, last week he got me $200 for goose lash.
Goose lash?
Yeah, that's what happens when you sit on the buckle of your seatbelt, you know? Well, whoops.
Oh, yeah.
I mean?
Yes, I do.
Another time, my attorney was arrested for indecent exposure.
No.
But it wasn't his fault. No, sir. Every law book says the first thing you have to do is go into court and show your briefs.
I think I know this Mr. Binns of yours.
And I am not saying that my attorney is dishonest.
No.
But he believes in taking all of his cases to the jury, one member at a time.
That's a typical example of Don's untypical approach to personality and humor. The potential of these vignettes can really only be seen after continuing audience identification with the regular characters on the show, like the sheriff.
Well, everyone has gathered in the Don Wade Studio for the next spotlight guest who is driving...
Whoa! I'm gonna climb over this here critter. Whoa, I say
I think
whoa.
we're going to have to settle for the sheriff. Sheriff?
Sheriff C.W. Turnip Seed,
Oh.
for law and order, Don.
What's new,
Ask
Sheriff?
me what's new, Don.
Okay, Sheriff, what's
Funny
new?
you ask, Don. I'll tell you, my tax man tells me that the government always had a tax bite, but this year it's definitely using polygrip.
That's not funny, Sheriff.
It ain't funny,
no,
Don.
it isn't.
Ain't funny at all.
No, it's not.
But you know what is funny?
No.
The manager here at the radio station, he got himself into a powerful bad fix.
Did he?
That receptionist cutie, a sneaky little devil she is.
Yeah.
She told him either he gives her a diamond ring or she tells his wife that he did. Whoa, that's right, Doc.
All right,
Come on,
Sheriff.
fella.
Oh,
Another regular in the Don Wade Studio is Hal Hip.
This is the ever-exciting, truly dynamic, and even once in a while interesting Don Wade Studio, where today we're looking for the student who did the research student survey for us. Are you in our audience today at all?
Here, man.
Would you step up here?
Hey, man.
Hal Hip.
Hal Hip, professional university student, and, really into survey research.
Do you have the results with you?
Right on, Don. We polled the university campus and asked, 1,000 students this question.
Uh-huh.
If you had the opportunity to be President Nixon at this very moment, what would you want most?
Uh-huh.
And all 1,000 answered, another opportunity. Far out, man.
Hal,
Wow,
Hal,
man.
Hal,
Too much.
the study, Hal.
Right on, Don. The big news, man. Vice President Spiro Agnew came up with an out-of-sight way to improve his golf game.
Oh?
He uses Republican golf balls.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to go right down the middle. Wow, man.
Hal.
Far out,
Hal.
man.
What?
Wow.
For even more laughs and information about rates and scheduling for the Don Wade Studios, please flip us over to the other side. When you air the Don Wade Studio, and by the way, you can run it up to 45 times per week, you get complete customized station and sponsor promos, intros, and closes. Listen.
Time now for CKXL's Don Wade Studio, brought to you by Mohawk Auto Square.
Well, in the Don Wade studio today, I was wondering, considering that they're always looking for new talent in big-time show business, if possibly we could hold some auditions today. If there's anyone in our studio audience who thinks they might be able to...
Mr. Wade, out to here,
you want to audition?
Let me up there with the monkey. Let me up here with the monkey. Hey,
Well-
hey, Mr. Wade, how's you?
Well, I'm fine.
got a show business act. It's gonna knock you out. It's gonna knock you out.
The monkey?
Hey, he's my partner. Say hello, partner.
That's a real nice monkey you got there. That's the bit,
He's
huh?
so smart, Mr. Wade. He's
He's-
so smart. He's a talk.
Yeah.
He's a sing.
Yeah.
He's a dance. He's a not only that. He's a player. This a hand, a grinder, organ. He's a self.
Oh.
He's a positively a human.
Well, if he's so smart, why is he on a leash?
Hey, because he's owe me $10. That's why. The Don Wade Studio was brought to you by Mohawk Auto Square on CKXL.
The Don Wade Studio comes in 13-week segments. You'll get 15 new and different shows each week. Play each one 3 times apiece on different days and time segments. That's up to 45 times each week. Don and his characters can make your listeners and your sponsors happy. Don will also supply you with special topical cuts for use at special times of the year relating to holidays, anniversaries, historical dates, and famous birthdays. Rates for the Don Wade Studio are based on market size. No matter what size, it's pennies per play. Call now for your station's rates. 215-922-0607. Call collect.
Oh, hello there. The Don Wade studio is ready for a very special report today. Our reporter on the scene in Europe is on a phone line direct to us now. The winner of the Fred Foster Award for Excellence in Journalism 3 years in a row, Fred Foster. Fred, are you there?
Right, Don. Fred Foster reporting, and Don, we've got big news. It may be the romance of the century developing at the Vatican. Paul and Golda are rumored to be close to wedding bells.
No.
Yes, Don, if a few minor differences can be worked out. According to our reliable sources, first of all, Mrs. Meyer will retain control of her smoked salmon company known as Goldie Locks. Also, Paul has denied any knowledge of a song Mrs. Meyer wrote for Glenn Campbell to sing about him, Gentile on My Mind.
Is that it, Fred?
That's about all, Don. One last news tidbit. Pierre Trudeau finally came out and said capital punishment is okay, as long as it's not too severe. Over and out, Don.
An unseen feature of the Don Wade Studio is its complete local believability. It's not another Henny Youngman or Gary Owens series which your listeners know comes from some far-off place in showbiz Never Never Land. The Don Wade Studio sounds like it's right in your radio station.
Well, it is National Art Month, and we are commemorating that month. In the Don Wade studio, we do appreciate a nice Renoir, Picasso, a Rembrandt. In fact, any of those neat foreign sports cars are okay with us. Even some of the paintings and stuff like that is pretty good, too. We have a guest for National Art Month.
Am I on now?
Well, yes, you can come right...
I'll tell you, I didn't think I was on yet.
You're on now.
This is my first time on the radio.
I see. Well,
Can I say hello to the family?
Well, I don't...
Hi, Mom, Dad, little sis,
listen.
Big Will's cousin Lenny.
Hold on.
Aunt Hazel, Uncle George, nephew Warren,
Well, just
Joe.
a minute. Now, you are our guest for National Art Month.
Yes,
And
I'll tell you, I think it's pretty wonderful of you and to invite me, Mr. Wade.
You're a painter.
No, I'm not a painter.
You're a sculptor.
No, I'm not.
A filmmaker.
No, I don't make films.
What do you do?
Well, I grease cars.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Art Williams.
Art Williams.
Yeah, I'm here for National Art Month.
I was afraid of... Who lined this guy up? Who let this guy in
You're
here
gonna
for
want
as
to
a guest
thrill
in
it
our
is
show?
for me to be on the radio,
let this-
Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, where you going?
A comedy team of dozens is ready to work for you right now. Call the Don Wade Studio, area code 215-922-0607.